What? First fish catch. First fish catch. We got one. What did I just say? Welcome to Hoosierback Outdoors. Today's episode is sponsored by Mystery Tackle Box. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Ben. I'm here with Nick, this fella.
What's up?
And Josie.
Good morning, America.
We are ice fishing, but we are not on the ice. We are on some docks. The ice is a little too thin to be stepping on, and we're big wusses, to be honest. Anyway, we're gonna try this month's Mystery Tackle Box. We're gonna try some panfish lures out of this box and see if we can catch some fish. We're also gonna use some live bait today. We're out on Lake Monroe, Indiana, for all those who don't like it when I share the information of where we fish.
I was about to say, it's a big lake. You'll be all right. It's a big lake.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We're gonna get to fishing here, see if we can catch something. Stay tuned. What's that?
You like to show Ozark in this lake?
No, I didn't get into that one. My wife did though.
Yeah, I don't know if we should start shallow or deep, so.
Yes.
Let's go deep. We didn't work our way back. That's usually what we do. Jackets off, we got here on blue jeans, t-shirts, and I actually was standing barefoot on the ice.
Ice fishing.
Much thinner in the sun. I found that hand crank one for $10 a good one. And then took some scratch tail from Manchester and made my backwards.
Okay, who's gonna say it first? Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. What? First fish catch. First fish catch. We got one. What did I just say? First one on the channel, folks. First yellow perch on the channel. How about that? How about that? That's awesome.
Check that box. Ice fish this year.
Let's get a picture.
Here, why don't you get behind me and you get the sun on.
Yep. Put my shadow on him. Nice.
All right, buddy. Tell your friends. Yeah. Feel like I done something in life. That's pretty good, yeah. I've been here for minutes. That's your first through the ice fish for this. That's the first fish I've caught through the ice fish.
I was just telling Nick, my bucket list for this year is to catch a yellow perch. And there he goes catching one.
They're on the bottom, Ben.
Well,
Maybe a foot off.
I don't know if I can move this to 20 feet.
I think the tank goes to 20 feet. I've got a bunch of these floats too.
Let's see if that makes a difference.
You know, Ben was talking about how a big bass, you know, your daughter catching a big bass would work you up bigger than catching a big bass.
Yeah.
If I caught a 6-pounder, I wouldn't be as worked up as I was catching about that little fish. Just because of what, you know, what it is. What's going on on that side of the hole?
I don't know, mine is too. Might be a current underneath there. Well, luckily for Nick, we have content now. Josie, you gotta catch one now.
Hey.
He did it again.
Oh. Oh. Another little yellow perch.
Did it again.
Hot damn.
I should have brought a basket. We can make fish sticks out of them.
They're so small though.
I know. Oh yeah.
Good tail now. Pretty good to done this shit.
Uh-oh. Think I got one? Yep. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Yep. Get my pole way back here.
Yeah, you got one.
Hey, guess what? First fish through the ice.
Yeah, buddy.
January 29th, bucket list.
Woo!
Checked off.
Go down.
Check this out. First ever yellow perch. Hey, that's my PB.
That's peanut butter jelly right there.
Check it out. Check it out. First yellow perch. Look how they flare their gills. Like they're really gonna scare you. You wanna feel it?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. Heck, I bet that'd make good catfish bait. There we go.
I know they're really good. Like we could whole fry these.
There we go.
It's just, I feel so sad eating them because there's not much there. I've killed a few of them. Took it home. Gotta get Nick's bobber in here. Hold on, I gotta.
You're good. You're good. Just hold the picture.
Josie finally got off the skunk.
Oh wait, let me fix my glasses here. Do I look sexy?
Nice.
Better than usual.
Irresistible. Get behind the scenes.
Sexy.
Let me hold the fish out so it looks bigger.
My bobber's going nuts over there.
There you go. Mac and cheese. He made for him and everybody else. I hope he's great. You know. Man, I think you got one.
Is that the minnow or is that the?
I think that's awful right, but
I'm about to find out. See.
if that's a minnow, that's a lot of a minnow.
That is a fish. Hallelujah. I think it was the dead minnow. I had to put a live one on there.
Let's call it a crappie. Head shake. Bluegill.
Crappie.
Crappie.
It's a white crappie. There we go. There we go. Hey, little buddy. You are cold. I got that yellow look to them in the winter. Cool. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. Down. There you go. Lively minnows a key. thank you so much to Nick for taking us out there. Me and Josie, Nick, had a great time. We missed Tyler today. He wasn't able to be out there with us. Another buddy of ours, Joe, that was ice fishing with us last year, didn't have a chance for him to be out there today. He had other obligations, but man, what a great time. I went out there with all intentions of trying out some jigs out of the mystery tackle box for the month of January. I know I'm a little late and be looking for February's box coming up real soon, because I'll be getting it in the mail here in just a few days, and we'll be checking out that box with you as well. But today we're going to check out January's box. I went out with every intention of using some jigs in that box today. Used a couple, jigging just off of the bottom, just like we were fishing, but it looked like live bait was the way to go today. We got out there and had a great time. It was cold. It really didn't bother us. The cold didn't bother us too much while the sun was up, but when that cloud cover moved in, then my hands started getting cold. Nothing else was cold, but my hands started getting cold. But man, we had a great time. What a cool day. 4 firsts. My first fish of 2022. My first fish through the ice. My first fish ever in January in the state of Indiana. And my first ever yellow perch. In fact, Nick was asking me on the way out there to that spot. He said, hey, what's on your bucket list sort of for this year in terms of fishing? And I said, well, I would like to get my wife on a big fish, whether it's a bass or whether it's a catfish. I would like to get my wife on a big fish, because for years now she's told me she would like to catch a big fish. So we're going to make that one of our goals this year. And I also said one of my goals for 2022 is to catch a yellow perch. I grew up down south. I've been living here for a long time. I've never targeted yellow perch. One of the first times I've ever really had an opportunity to fish for them was today. And the very first fish that came through the hole was a yellow perch. And I am so stoked. It was so tiny. I'm telling you, it was so tiny. Like I said in the video, we could have used it for catfish bait. But that was so cool to catch a yellow perch. Seems like every time I go out with Nick, it's another first for me. In fact, as I said in the video, that's my personal best, yellow perch. But it was so exciting. You know, even some of the smallest fish like that can be so exciting. But I did want to say thanks to Nick for taking us out there today. He has a pretty sweet setup as far as that auger goes. That was a lifesaver today. Now, we did try standing on that ice. We could stand on that ice, but it was just at that point to where you're not quite sure about it. So we stayed on the safe side and we stuck to the docks, which worked out pretty good. Even off camera, we caught some crappie, and that cold is really hard on GoPro batteries. They last about half the time that they normally would in normal circumstances, but we got it done today. Okay, January 2022 panfish box. Let's check this out real quick. First up, you have the Lucky John Bell Spin. This is going to be really cool in the creek. Be really good for crappie once they start biting. We got some Lake Fork soft plastics, and I'm not sure what these are here. It's a baby shad, 2 1/4 inches, black chartreuse silver flake. There's some soft plastics for panfish that you can hook up. We also have the Guggen Squad Micro Banger. I didn't even realize they put these out, and this is in a bright color. Check that out. Guggen Squad Micro Banger. Sweet little crankbait there. Then we got the Hellcat by Freedom Baits. This looks like a bluegill or sunfish style soft plastic. Got that in red. We got a Jenko Fishing Big T Mermaid jigs. You know crappie are gonna like that. It's got that little split tail on it. That's gonna be pretty cool. And in the creek, definitely. Seems like every panfish lure that comes out, it can be used in the creek. Creek has so many different species of stuff. And of course, some jigs that we've come to love. The Northland Fishing Tackle Impulse. This is called the Skeleton Minnow. Skeleton Minnow. You can see how tiny that is. Maybe I can get it in focus here a little better. Yeah. Such a tiny jig. That tail being that size and that look, that's going to provide a lot of action. That's going to be really cool. We also got some size 4 Aberdeen hooks. These work great for bluegill fishing with live bait. We also have the Northland Tackle Gypsy Jig. Sweet little hair jig there. There's 2 of them in there. And we also have some swivels, some crane swivels. This is size 10. There is a dozen in that package. Also, we have some Potski Bait Company fireballs. This is sort of like a trout egg style bait. You can tip your hook with, you can tip your jig hook, or you could just fish it under a bobber. I'd say it'll work pretty well. It's got a lot of juice in the bottom of there, so I'm figuring that smells pretty rank. Let's try it and see. Not bad. Can you see in there? Anyway, for those of you that like the trout egg style things that you can tip your jig hook with, those are in there. Pretty sweet mystery tackle box this month. This is the mystery tackle box for January 2022. This is the panfish box. You can get your very own panfish box by clicking the link in the description. And at checkout, use the code Hoosierback, HOOSIERBACK. Use the code Hoosierback at checkout, and you can get your first box for as little as $10. Mystery tackle boxes, just like Christmas, every month. You'll get a box a month. You can pause your subscription anytime you want. You can start your subscription anytime you want. Just make sure at checkout you use the code Hoosierback to get your first box for as little as $10. Okay, I'll quit repeating myself. I love Mystery Tackle Box. They have helped us out. They have helped us catch more fish. They have given us new lures to try that we have obviously fell in love with. All these Northland tackle jigs that I've received are amazing, and I love them. And in fact, I fell in love with them so much I haven't even hardly tried any of the other ones. But still, I can replenish my arsenal, and I'm constantly taking my tackle stuff out of my creek and panfish bag, and I'm switching out ones that I don't use very often or ones that are falling apart and putting new stuff in there. That way, when I've got it on my shoulder in the creek, or when I'm at the pond, or when I'm at the docks on Lake Monroe fishing for panfish, I've got something right there that's brand new that I can try, and I'm constantly finding something new to fish with. Thank you so much to Mystery Tackle Box for sponsoring this episode. I hope you enjoyed this trip with us, and like I always say, get out there and enjoy the outdoors. We'll see y'all later.